Welcome back to Sports on Tap. I'm your host, James Linney, with my co-host, Kyle Johnson.
Feel this.
No. And my other co-host, Ryan Fahey.
Tell me
this doesn't feel like a cock.
Tell me this doesn't feel like a cock.
Sister Jean, thoughts?
No.
I pleasured myself in Mrs.
No.
Butterworth.
She got me there like I was on the Express A train.
James has never seen Anchorman.
I'm not.
Just a river of ejaculate. I don't know what the poor villagers of Pompeii felt like.
What is wrong with the New England Patriots and my co-host?
Well, just like the ejaculate, they got no balls. No balls. They got no balls. This team has no balls. Coaching-wise, let me be clear. Coaching-wise, 0 balls on this team. Is 0. None.
I get it. I totally understand.
It pisses me off.
No, I agree. Because whenever they do open up the playbook, it goes pretty well.
Yeah.
It goes pretty
Weird.
well.
Weird, Josh.
I just don't think they have faith in this young group. I really don't.
There is
which
none.
makes no sense.
It's clear as day. Like it's literally so unpatriot-like. It hurts.
It's not even patriotic anymore. I don't even.
Oh, it's just like
Where's the patriotism?
Yeah.
well, go back to the Bucks game.
This is America.
That field goal should never been kicked in the first place. That field goal should have been kicked with like 20 seconds left, minimum. You go for the 4th and 3, and you should know that it was in the rain, 56 yard. Folks' leg was hurt. Nothing about that was gonna work. You go for the 4th and 3. Go for the kill shot against Brady. Yesterday in OT, again 4th and 3 at the 50. You punt on a team that was rolling. Dak had over 500 yards, and he was on a roll.
Yeah, I had a
And now your defense is going to get a stop?
I had a feeling they were going to score regardless.
They
did, so.
I'm just saying. Like, at least go get the field goal.
I just don't know why. I don't know why we don't play momentum a little bit like harder. I think there's a lot of. I think as far as like game situations, it's like the punting like on paper is the right move, or like kicking the field goal in that Bucks game on paper is the right move. But I think momentum, especially with like
I don't even think on paper it's the right move.
It's like you turn over on downs, you're gonna give Dak the ball to 50, or you're gonna give Dak the. I know
this is the problem with coaching. What I've seen with this team is like they'll open up the playbook, they'll go well most of the time. I will say recently, and then they just stop, and then they go to play it safe. It's like why? Why are we playing it safe when
it feels like we're playing it safe?
These games.
It feels like we're playing it safe until we literally can't.
But then they open it up, they get them back in the game, if not ahead, and then they reel it back in. It's like, why? And at this point, being 2-4,
fuck it.
Can we open up the playbook? What's going to happen?
Yeah.
You're going to lose.
Give me a full.
Worst case situation, you lose. Try something new. It's not even try something new. It's more like these guys know the playbook. Except N'Keal Harry. Holy crap! I have no use for him.
Can he figure it out, dude?
How long
does he need?
Fire him into the sun.
The fact that I'm going to go on a quick rant about N'Keal Harry. The fact that this guy has the gall to go, I would like a trade because I'm not getting enough opportunity here. How about you get open, bud? How about you learn the playbook, bud? Are we serious right now? You're a first-round pick and you don't know the playbook? Because Mac Jones was yelling at him like, N'Keal, what are you doing? Literally. Also, this man never gets open. What do you mean you don't get enough opportunity? Why would he throw it to you when you're covered every time?
Blanketed.
And you
cannot get separation.
And you get bodied by guys that are 30 pounds lighter than you. Not to make this a whole N'Keal Harry thing, but oh my god, I just have no use for that guy.
No, he is no.
I didn't have a problem with him until he goes, I'm not getting enough opportunity. You're not getting enough opportunity.
Creating enough opportunity.
Sorry,
why you were a 30th overall pick?
What are we doing? You're not getting open. But to bring it back,
he was great in college too. That's the sad thing.
Because he bodied guys. Not to make this a N'Keal Harry thing. That is one of the young talents that I understand they have no faith in. Get that? Don't trust him.
I would have.
But Mac Jones, Stevenson look great. They have faith in him because they run the ball a lot.
I love the way he runs.
Harris and Stevenson are going to be great.
Yeah.
But Mac Jones, what are we doing? The tight ends actually stepped up yesterday. That is some more young talent there. They're actually doing their job. Why do we not trust Mac Jones? What is the reasoning behind it?
I feel like we are babying him too much, way too much.
But why?
I don't understand. I don't know. I really don't know. But the thing is, he late in that game, you see him on the sidelines. It was like kind of later in the game, like he was kind of slowing down, and you could tell like they don't know if you guys knew this, but he only threw like 22 times.
Yeah.
This is including OT. Only threw about 22 times.
I mean, I get we should be running the football because our O-line is disgusting. But like
our O-line's beat up right now.
That's what I'm saying. Why aren't we like
and we ran it well.
O-line?
We ran it well. But why do we not trust Mac Jones in a shootout?
And he's feeling that. He's like, they don't trust. He looked dejected on the sideline. Not because like the game was close, but like you can almost tell that he felt that they don't have trust in him right now.
Because the crazy thing is, like I said, when they do open up the playbook and let him just kind of do his thing, 90% of the time this year, he's done a great job.
Yeah.
He has outperformed all my expectations. Don't get me wrong, he's still young and he needs to grow and get better. But how is he going to get better and grow when the coaches do not trust him? I do not understand it. I don't know if it's Bill. I don't know if it's Josh. I just do not understand it.
I think it's Bill, because when Josh was in Denver and he had Tebow, he let it fly with Tebow. I think it's Bill.
That's so weird because everybody's saying like Bill loved Mac and that's why they waited at 15. Mac just kind of fell to him.
Well, actually, here's the thing. I don't know if Bill actually did like Mac Jones, but it was the pick that had to be made at that
Well, there was
spot.
no other option.
I don't know if Bill would have made that choice if, like, I don't think he would have.
If Mac and Fields fell, it's like...
Yeah, I don't think he would have drafted anyone.
I mean, I would have
taken
drafted
Fields
the
quarterback there. But if he didn't draft a quarterback there, and if Mac Jones was available and there was a quarterback there, he needed to make that pick. I don't know if he wanted to. That's what I'm getting at.
But my thing is, he's there. He's outperformed, all of our expectations. We literally were making fun of...
And clearly outperformed Belichick's expectations because he cut Cam
Newton.
Yeah.
He literally cut Cam Newton.
I think that was the real kicker where it's like the dude he overperformed.
He did what he was supposed to do and beyond that. He outperformed what was expected from him his rookie season.
Yeah.
And now, especially being 2-4, I bet you next week, especially against the Jets, you're gonna see it open up more. I really do because
the Jets don't make any. Sorry, the Jets don't make. It's the fucking Jets. Like even if we have a good game against the Jets, it's irrelevant in my eyes.
I get that, but I want to see. It doesn't have to be throwing it downfield every play, but I do want to see them open up the playbook because it's like if you're gonna risk it on the biscuit against one team to build a little confidence, do it against the Jets. The Jets we all know it's the Jets. They suck. We don't have to go into all that. But can you just gain some confidence and show the kid, like, hey, we want to see what you can do? Because if you can do it against the Jets, then it's like, let's do it against the next team.
Well, I get that, but, like, this is what happens when your coaching staff does not have balls.
You know what, though?
What?
His QBR is at 50.1 right now. And that's horrible.
Max?
Yeah.
That seems
no
very wrong.
way.
He has 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns, 6 picks, and a 50.1 QBR.
Yeah, but his passing rating is number one across all rookies before last game. And I don't see it dropping that much more.
Yeah,
and
but the
honestly,
rookies, how many rookie quarterbacks have even gotten it?
Justin
Trevor Lawrence
Fields,
is running for his life.
I agree with that.
Justin Fields is... he's gotten 2 starts. Mac's been starting the whole season. What's his face?
Trey Lance.
Yeah, Trey Lance is the same boat.
And Zach Wilson.
And Zach Wilson's on the Jets. So it's as far as comparing him to rookie quarterbacks,
but they're not giving him.
That means almost nothing.
I mean, besides what there was a game where they actually threw like 50-something passes.
I will say his completion percentage this year is at 71%, which is pretty good.
You know why though?
But he doesn't have. You're right.
He
He doesn't have any deep ball.
And that's why.
He averages...
That's not his fault.
No, not at all. He's doing what he's supposed... He started 10 for 10 yesterday.
Right now, as far as like the end of the season, this has him projected with 3,900 yards, a 71 completion percentage, average average like yard per whatever, 7 yards, 19 touchdowns, and 16 interceptions. I genuinely think, and not to mention, I saw a stat before the game, Dak Prescott in the last 10 games has 22 touchdowns.
Yeah, no, he's...
Nope, get ready for this.
In the last 2 seasons, New England has 17.
Yeah.
Passing touchdowns.
Yeah.
I genuinely think something is wrong with the way we are calling plays.
Newton also couldn't throw the ball.
No, and there was no one to work with last year. You know who I'm done with? You know who I kind of hope they move on from this offseason? Josh McDaniels. Because
as of right now, I'm with
as of right now, because he's had moments where it's great. He is a hit or miss. He either has a great game plan and it is executed perfectly, or he just plays it so safe that nothing gets done.
And actually,
his play calling makes no sense.
When
sometimes.
his game plan is bad, it's bad.
We're not gonna have fuck all for money. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it,
it goes back and forth
this off season. We're not gonna have to because we're gonna.
We
either have to let Hightower walk.
Well, here's the thing: if there's anything that we've learned from Belichick is that the cap means absolutely nothing.
He'll finesse it.
It means
I think the whole league is
nothing.
learning how to finesse the cap.
Well,
to an extent.
We saved about 18 mil losing Gilmore.
This is what I mean. Like I mean I don't love the move, but
I'm saying I don't know who we sign.
I'm saying Bill's notoriously for like leave it a year early than a year late kind of guy. But so like I kind of saw it coming. I didn't expect it to be now, but I knew it was coming soon. But like the cap, I'm not even worried about the cap. Bill has been running circles around it for like 2 decades. Like
I don't know. I just don't know what's up with the offense. I don't understand.
I think the biggest concern is what we're taking away from this is that the coaching staff is not confident in the youth.
Because our defense is playing very well.
Spotty.
Spotty.
They're young, playing inconsistent. They're either playing really well, or it's like, why are we letting up so much yardage? What's going on? It is inconsistent.
Yeah, but where bend don't break though. Like we don't give up.
We broke a lot.
Yeah, but this is one of the most electric offenses in the league, and we kept pace with them the entire game. You know what I mean? Like that wasn't awful defense.
No, I think it's very, like I said, I think they either play very well or they play very bad. I think this team is just young and inconsistent. That is my big takeaway, and the coaches have no faith in this youth, which I do not understand. You're 2-4. Open up the playbook. Let them try.
And 3 of those losses, actually, no. Yeah. Wait. What was the other loss I'm thinking of?
We lost to the Saints. We lost to Buccaneers. We lost to the Cowboys.
Bucks,
What's the
Cowboys,
other loss?
And then
the Miami.
Oh, Miami.
Did we lose to Miami?
Yeah.
We did.
Which,
yes, we did. Yes, we did.
That's fucking
3.
horrible.
3 of those losses we could have
won, I would
won.
say.
Bro,
I wouldn't say
Miami-
should have.
The Miami game, we absolutely
Miami should have.
fumbled on the
Fumbled it.
17 with like
Yes,
30
I do
seconds
remember
left.
that.
And it's weird, like, they were making the right play calls in that game. It's just Harris messed up.
Well,
That's
this is-
about
this
it.
is-
It's just how it goes.
So outside
Yeah, but
of the
that's
Miami
that game. Now that I'm thinking about it, that game's a lot closer than it should have been. They had a fucking battle for last place and just lost to Jacksonville.
Inconsistent. This is what I'm saying. It's the youth that is inconsistent. There's talent there, but they're still, like you said, the offense is so young. The oldest guy is 28 on the offensive line. It's just that's
And
what
this
I'm
is-
getting at.
Yeah,
There's
and
no
this is
faith
what-
in this youth.
Yeah, and this is what happens when your coaching staff has no balls and no faith. Like the Bucks game, clear example of that, and then this one, the Cowboys, no balls, no trust.
None.
This is what happens. Go for it, your defense is not getting the stop there.
No, they're not elite anymore.
No, you have all the statistics to back up, to go back and be like, well, do you think our defense will make the stop? Just be like, oh, from the start of the third quarter to now, no.
Those Mac Jones stats that's pretty disappointing.
Also, I mean, by the way, I think there's been actually one real interception that wasn't tipped by one of our guys.
Diggs' pick yesterday, not on
Tipped.
Mac. That
Yeah.
should have been caught.
I mean, that was out in front of Bourne, but
It
wasn't a perfect-
off his hand. Wasn't a perfect
Wasn't
ball,
perfect.
but off his hands. I'm not putting that on Mac.
And even
here's
you could
the
see
thing.
in Mac's face, he goes, like it
It's
shouldn't
not
have-
even-
It was a little.
No,
off.
here's the thing. If you're an NFL wide receiver and it hits your hands, I'm sorry.
Catch
the ball, please.
it.
You're the best in the country at what you're supposed to be the best in the country at what you do. Because you're in the league.
You're in the league.
You're a starting wide receiver. The ball hits your hands. Catch the ball. It's your one job. The one job.
Yeah.
Catch it.
No, I 100% agree.
Was the throw not perfect? No, but nothing's gonna be perfect 100% of the time.
No. You know what's funny though? Mac looked disappointed in himself on that throw and not mad at Bourne.
I like the way Mac has been handling the whole situation, but I don't. I that's the first time I've actually looked at his projected stats,
Dude.
and that is abysmal. Not even
It's
4,000
not
yards
even
and
at
19
the
touchdowns.
I think
His
But I
rookie
think-
season-
I
don't-
really
don't-
think-
the picks is what disappoints me a little.
I don't blame Mac. I was trying to find a way in my head to really. I think we're trying too hard to make Mac Jones into Tom Brady,
Which he's not.
which he's not going to be. Like,
Nobody ever will
and I don't
be, but-
think, and I'm trying really hard to defend Josh McDaniels, or trying to think of a way, but I really can't, because I'm at the point now where it's like, dude, the offense needs to change. Something needs to change. We need to do a different scheme. West
my
Coast.
God.
Not
something.
even a different
No,
scheme.
go
Just
back.
open up the playbook.
That's what I mean. A difference. Something needs to change.
I'm not. They need to go downfield a little more.
But,
And I'm not
but this
saying
playbook
risky
is
for the
this
biscuit.
playbook is Tom Brady's playbook. That's why Cam Newton fucking failed last year. Even then again, we didn't have any weapons, but I still don't think we have any weapons.
Tight ends are starting to prove themselves. a
Tight
little.
ends. Aguilar's trash.
No.
Bourne's
I
trash.
agree with you.
Like,
I
I'm-
wouldn't say Bourne's. I think Bourne's serviceable, but he can't.
Bourne's
be
done
your number
nothing,
one.
though.
Yes,
That-
he has.
that's-
Bourne's been kind of money.
Bro, that
To be honest.
75-yard touchdown catch.
It's not even
Not
just
even
that
that.
one
No,
catch.
go back,
Not
go
even
back.
that
The
one.
Go
Saints game, he had a decent catch on the
Bourne once again, but he's young. I'm not saying Bourne's going to be an elite.
He's 26.
I'm
I
not.
said he-
I'm
I
not
said-
saying he's going to be an elite number one wide receiver, but if you can get a number one receiver within the next couple of years,
That's my point. Bourne is serviceable, but he cannot be your number one.
no. And I
That
think
Actually, if I'm being honest, I think the best receiver on the team is Jacoby Myers.
Well, yeah, but Jacoby's not scoring touchdowns. That's the only
he's the
I
most
don't think anybody's scoring
consistent.
touchdowns.
No, Jacoby literally hasn't.
Jacoby literally doesn't
Jacoby
score
is the
touchdowns.
most consistent. I would say he is starting to prove that he's a reliable weapon.
I like him as a slot guy,
Yes.
but I don't have anybody.
There's no deep threat. We do not have a true deep threat.
No, and that's what Mac Jones thrived on.
That
Also-
been-
Because when
that-
you have
which should
Devontae
be
Smith,
Aguilar,
Jalen
actually.
Waddle,
It should be because Aguilar in Vegas was strictly the streak guy. And now
but
we're
he
sending
played
him over the middle.
Yeah, but he was a streaky player. Like he was one of those guys. Like if he doesn't,
I mean, like down the field.
Yeah.
Like, that's where he thrived. But now we're sending him over the middle, and then he can't catch a ball.
what's the longest
it's
throw Mac
because-
Jones has made in the air?
in the air? Probably the one to Bourne yesterday.
And that was
I would
maybe
say
30 yards
probably.
in the air.
well,
And
what's
I don't think that's on him.
no, but also
No.
it's on the coaching staff and also in the preseason. I remember the times they did throw it deep. He was throwing dimes, and I get preseason's a little different, but like his receivers are dropping it. And I'm not
I
talking
haven't
back up
seen
to the
Mac Jones
backups.
throw farther than like 35 yards this whole season.
It's because of the coaching staff.
Dude, it's
it is
literally the
because
game plan.
of the
It's
coaching
pissing
staff.
me off to no end.
Yeah,
I was sitting here trying to really wrap my head around a way I could fucking
Dude,
justify
you guys,
Josh McDaniels.
I think
but
it was last week, not yesterday, but like last week. The 3 straight like jet sweeps. Was that
that was
week?
last week. I'm pretty sure.
Like that shit.
That's the stuff I'm done with Josh McDaniels. What is this play calling we're doing?
Dude, when his play calling's bad, my God, it's
bad.
Like, that's the epitome of what I mean. 3 straight jet sweeps or it's just, they like literally like the same play, 3 in a row, and that's stuffed every time. I go,
fullback dive, fullback dive, fullback dive.
like, pretty much, but like,
Madden 22, baby.
Yeah.
like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah. No, I just
You
I
made
also-
Tebow, dude, this is the same guy who made Tebow look like an absolute monster.
You know what, though? I will say, Tebow's, if I recall correctly, they had Demaryius Thomas, who was still really good. They had Emmanuel Sanders. They
he had
had
some talent around.
who else
him.
did they have at tight end?
I don't recall.
It was
I don't know that team. that well.
they had weapons, if I remember. That Denver team, because he took over for Manning, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
No,
Manning filled
Manning.
it. Manning came in after. That's why
Yeah.
Tebow was out.
But Manning,
then Manning threw 55
went for
touchdowns.
55 touchdowns. Exactly.
Yeah.
So if I recall correctly, that Denver team had a lot more talent on the outside than we do. I think I
More
wanna say-
youthful. I don't think I know
Maybe.
that was probably Thomas's breakout year.
But
If
maybe
I'm remembering correctly.
no, he was good before that. He
Maybe
was-
maybe Josh McDaniels doesn't have faith in the receiving core, which that would make more sense to me.
That I think
That I could
actually
get behind.
now that I'm really thinking about it, because I'm sorry, fucking Kendrick Bourne is not good to me. I don't think he'll ever do anything outside of New England. Nelson Aguilar
replaceable.
is fucking Nelson Aguilar.
He's
I
a
don't even need to say
replaceable
anything.
wide receiver, is what we're getting at.
They're all replaceable.
Yeah.
Our
No,
fucking fourth string is like Gunner. Like, yeah, he's a good special teams guy. He's a good punt returner, but
I don't know. I don't even think I've seen Gunner out there.
that's what I mean.
He's
Like,
a
I don't.
good punt returner. That's it.
But like, now that I'm really, I think the only defense we have left for Josh McDaniels is he does not trust any of the outside. Like, we're a team. We're trying to work middle out, but it's only middle because the tight ends are the only ones who are doing anything, and even that's been fucking spotty at best.
So I think biggest recap real quick. Coaches have no trust in the youth, whether that's Mac, whether that's the receivers. And
I don't think it's Mac.
They need to. I don't either, but I think they also need to open up the playbook. But let's switch it over to our next topic and a team that they need to put some respect on the Ravens' name. The Ravens have been playing phenomenal, and I don't even want to say just Lamar Jackson because he has been playing great. He was a little rough yesterday, But the biggest takeaway I'm taking away from the Ravens, they're winning multiple ways. Lamar didn't play great yesterday. Defense stepped up and shut down the Chargers. That's a big feat.
That's huge.
Lamar
They just put up
Jackson,
47.
Lamar Jackson, when he threw for like 80% with throwing the ball 40 times in a game, he stepped up in a big way. His throwing's getting even better. His running is great.
Oh, I think the narrative that Lamar Jackson can't throw is fucking out the window.
I think that's gone now.
Like even those little like sidearm throws he was making.
He's
yesterday,
doing them.
Like they were like dots.
Yeah.
Dots. It were like
they're just winning in so many ways. They're not one dimensional.
No.
And the thing is, everyone was like, "Oh, this team is just plagued with injuries this year. It's going to be rough."
Yeah, when we started the season, I thought they injured themselves out of.
Oh,
the
I was like, "They're done. They're done."
100%.
And they are proving everyone wrong. They beat the Chiefs. That was like his kryptonite. They beat the Chiefs. They win the last second against the Lions with a 66-yard field goal. And all these people are saying like, "Oh, well, they keep just winning because of these last second things." No, they're winning multiple ways. A win's a win, and it's happening. They're 5-1. So how can you take that away from them?
Not just that. That's just football.
Yeah.
Last second wins is what football is like built
God.
on. Like
They lost.
that's a terrible like.
They lost
Everyone
Marcus
says it's
Peters,
terrible.
their best corner. I thought, okay, that's huge. They lost Bateman,
Yep.
who I was like, dude, Lamar needs some fucking weapons. Hollywood Brown actually looks really good now. Well, I'm not going to say really. He
He's
looks
improving.
Like he's better than anyone on the fucking Patriots. Let's put it that way.
That's hard.
No.
Yeah.
Mark Andrews is a stud.
Stepped up to be a top three tight end
Pissed
easily.
me off. Dude, I was leading in my fantasy game by 30 points that week, and this guy had a Mark Andrews. I was like, "Oh,
this man put up 40?
Put 40 bomb.
40?
Excuse
From
me.
a tight end?
I went to bed happy. I was like, I just swept all my leagues again this week. I woke up going, Mark Andrews got 41 in your face.
Well, the guy who has him in my league, in my work league, he was down 43 points. Mark Andrews put up 41.
You gotta love those Monday night heroes. Monday night heroes.
I was watching that game, watching like the score rack up, probably just as intensely as he was, and I had no involvement whatsoever. I had nobody going on either side. And I was watching that game, watching the score going, if this motherfucker, like at the point he puts up like 30, I'm like, if he does this right now, I'm going to lose my mind. He didn't, but that's no fault on my game.
You know what I also like with the Ravens?
Yeah.
Their coaches believe in their team, and I get they have a more complete team. What game was it where he looked at Lamar and goes, "You want to go for it?"
That was like week two.
Week two or something.
Or two.
I don't remember what game, but it's not even
Harbaugh's always been a good coach, though.
Harbaugh, but he goes, "Do you want to go for it?" And Lamar goes, "Yeah." He believes in it, and I get Lamar's been in the league a little longer. They have a little bit more of a complete team. They're not as young, but he believes in him. He's like, "Let's do it. I drafted you for a reason. You are on this team. This team is complete." Actually, Harbaugh wasn't the one that drafted him, but it goes, I believe in you. I believe in the team we have built here. Like I know what we're doing now. Like the Ravens coaching staff has faith in their players, which is huge. And they are not one-dimensional. Lamar's throwing's getting better. The run game is strong, especially with all of their running backs basically being obliterated, and they still have a solid run game. I know having Lamar as a quarterback definitely helps that, but this was such a hello. We are the real deal game for them because the Chargers are really good. Yes, and they pummeled them. To be honest, I think they
look what they did to the Browns. That was a great game. I thought we were going to have a lot of that.
Look at what they did to the Chiefs. They beat that was Lamar's kryptonite, he beat the Chiefs. They're doing it.
We thought that was kind of big, but I don't know. The Chiefs just seem off.
I get that, but I understand the Chiefs look off. But even just going into that game, nobody was thinking that, and it's also the mental of Mahomes is always beating Lamar. That's just how it goes in the league. That's what it is. It was a big weight off his shoulders kind of thing. Yeah, and I just think the coaches believe in Lamar in the way of. Where last year I think they tried limiting him with the amount he runs, where it's like, okay, we're going to open that back up. I think they're just not one-dimensional, and they have faith in their players. Yeah. And they're winning in multiple ways. Yeah. That is the big takeaway. I couldn't agree more. This Ravens team is legit, and they're fun. They're dude. It's fun to watch.
Dude, it's so nice to have this is literally a Michael Vick.
Yeah.
This is literally Michael Vick.
I think it's about time to give him that credit.
I think, dude.
Unanimous MVP.
Because people forget the cannon Michael Vick had.
Yeah.
I don't know if Lamar can throw as far as Michael Vick could.
But
you know what,
but
though? I'm so
his-
sick of that narrative that he doesn't have a deep ball because he
No.
does.
I'm just saying Michael Vick had an ungodly
dude,
deep ball.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he doesn't
had
because
a
he
howitzer.
dog.
like-
The one, what was the one to
Deshaun Jackson.
Thank you, I
when he
just-
was like late in his career too.
I mean,
Was he with
that's
the
one of
Eagles?
his most iconic.
No, and I get that.
But that was when he was with the Eagles. Prime Vic was with the Falcons.
Yeah, I know.
I'm talking like that Vic. That Vic was.
But I agree with you where it's like the narrative of Lamar Jackson can't throw the ball. Let's shut up. And I mean, like even a couple of weeks ago when I was like, we were talking about Mahomes and different level guys, I didn't really want to put Lamar in there with arm talent. And you're like, dude, you have to.
It's time.
And after like, you know what? It is time.
It's
I
time.
got to call myself out on that. He's doing it.
It's a narrative. Listen, everyone.
And he doesn't have the Tyreek Hills, the DK Metcalfs. He doesn't have these all-time elite receivers.
No.
Don't get me wrong, he's got a great tight end.
You know what
and
Lamar does
Hollywood's
better
getting
than Lamar does better than I think anybody else is he has so many fucking options in the pocket because he can run, he's extremely mobile, he steps up into pressure and he's making the right reads. Like he's understanding that it's like, okay, I can't run every play. But I know that's always going to be an option. And the way he sits in the pocket is what I think has evolved the most of his game. Is he's not immediately just going first options off the table. I got to run.
And that's what
He's
he did in college.
He's like first options off the table. Goes to his second read. Goes to his third read. Understands that he is a thrower first and a runner second. But he's so good at running the football.
I remember when he first joined the league, and I remember saying if he can.
That's the narrative that he needed to flip, and I think he did.
And I think because I remember when he first entered the league, and after his first year, I remember saying he's like he needs to be like Russell Wilson in the aspect of
throw first, run second.
Have it as a second option.
Even though he's the best, one of the best pure runners in the league,
and have some design plays, but
obviously, but I don't want him running 20 times a game.
No, that's your franchise guy.
8 or 9. It doesn't matter though. I think it's you get one dimensional when you start doing that. When you don't have to worry about the receivers as much, you can really start stacking the box and make it very difficult for him. But now it's like the way he's making reads and running through his progressions, it's like you can't fucking spy on him anymore.
I think that's the difference between when they went 14-2, his unanimous MVP season. Titans did that. They stacked the box and they forced him to throw the ball, and he wasn't as good then. Where now his throwing ability has just improved, so now you can't just stack the box.
One of the things that I like that I can clearly see with Lamar, and I think this should go for a lot of people, is you don't see the really great athletes, like the really, really great ones, the experts at their crafts, like the Kobe's, you know what I mean. They don't work on the things that they're good at. Yeah, they practice, but they understand what they're not good at, and that's what they spend the most time on. Because it's like, yeah, if you're good at shooting threes, you know, Steph Curry doesn't need to fucking practice his three anymore. You understand?
He does it.
You know what I mean? Like that's his fucking MO. So he works on other things. Works on defense. Works on like, you know, mid-range jumper, fadeaway, this, that, the other thing. It's like, and I think Lamar understood he needed to work on his reads and work on his progression and work on his like pocket presence. And I think it's clear as day. You're seeing it now.
That's exactly how it does, and it transitions perfectly into our next topic. Actually,
real quick.
Okay, then.
I'm so sorry. He would have looked real nice in a Patriots uniform.
Fucking.
Oh, don't even get us started on that. Don't even get started on that. I remember
Isaiah Wynn, Sony Michel.
Isaiah Wynn has been good. He's just been injured.
Sony's not even on the team.
Sony Michel's
I'm so sorry.
Whatever.
I had to say it because it was bothering
no,
me.
but when
now.
that fucking
this whole episode.
Don't even.
So sorry. I'm so sorry. I knew it was a perfect transition.
I was like, Kyle's setting me up.
I had to say
that was
it.
like a way to LeBron transition.
Yep, but I swatted it like a taco.
And then Giannis came in fucking. No!
Yeah, but that's the guy, a guy that does that too. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 2-time MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, NBA Finals champion. His big thing was, he can't shoot the ball.
Oh, buddy.
This preseason,
buddy.
he has a jump shot.
Basically, take everything I just said about Lamar, throw Giannis right in that fucking situation, and there you go.
That's literally.
Dude,
oh man, I can play defense. I can fucking drive. I can do this, that, the other thing. I can pass.
I just can't shoot.
Maybe I should work on my Ben Simmons. Take fucking notes, please.
Wait a second,
you whiny little bitch.
Giannis can shoot now.
It's over.
And it's not even like he just has some good mid range.
And Kyrie's out. And Kyrie's not gonna fucking Kyrie. I think Bucks go back to back. I really do. If he gets a fucking jumper,
we'll do a show on that. I gotta think about that.
Mama.
But
if he shoots fucking 37% from the three, it's over. It's done. Nobody.
But that's the thing.
It's not even fucking good.
You will not be able to defend Giannis Antetokounmpo if he can shoot for 30.
Can't fucking defend him now.
Now imagine, because before it was like, we'll just make a wall that can
Next
slow
year
him
he's
down.
going to step back.
Well, no, it's just like it's like, let's make a wall, it'll slow him down. He can't score 60 on us. Yeah, you can't just leave him out on the 3-point line. And he's no Steph Curry or Kevin Durant shooting, but like, he's just gotten better.
Dude, that jumper looks like fluid. It's so like
Fluid for him, I would say.
It's faster, too.
Exactly. Well, yeah, exactly. Just, I mean, put the side by side of last year and then what we just saw the preseason. It's a different person.
This is literally the reason I love Giannis so much is because if you look at like Giannis and Ben Simmons' skills, they're so comparable. They're so comparable,
especially when they first came into the league.
The only difference is Ben Simmons clearly doesn't work on shit.
He's a weenie,
and Giannis's only goal is to get better.
Ben Simmons is a crybaby and wants it his way. Giannis is never satisfied. It is the mentality. That's what can separate these athletes. Where Ben Simmons, LeBron James once said, I think he said this. I could be wrong. He said, yeah, if you keep working on your craft, you could be better than me one day. That could be incorrect.
To Giannis or Ben?
Ben Simmons. Giannis Antetokounmpo came in about 100 pounds soaking wet. Okay, maybe not that light. But you looked at, he was like a little, when he came into the league.
Dude, he was scrawny.
He looked like me when he came into the league.
Oh, no, I know. He hit his growth spurt.
And
I'm saying he was still.
Dude, he put on like 50 pounds of muscle.
And you know why?
He played angry, though. Like, he was very, like.
He was aggressive, but he wasn't satisfied. And he still isn't. And you know who these guys are? Those are the Kobes. These are the Michael Jordans. These are the LeBrons. We were talking about before the show. Giannis, if he keeps on pace with the accolades and the improvement he's making, he's joining that Michael LeBron debate.
Especially if he gets a jumper, bro, he is going to
finish
as a top 15 player
he's
all
got it.
time.
How tall is he? 6'11"?
I'm not going to say he has it yet because I want to see. Listen, we have only seen preseason. This is where you work on things. This is where
it's already better.
I know.
Like
but I want to see his consistency. I want to see his consistency.
No, consistency.
Because if he's still shooting fucking 30% from the like a mid-range jumpers and threes, it's not good enough. It's better, but it's not good enough. I want to see him get up to like 35, 40%.
Kyle, he's only 26.
I know. Trust me, I'm not.
Kyle,
I am just not ready to give Giannis the full credit because I want to see it. It's got to be done first.
Quoting Kyle before the show, he goes, I was saying this to him, he goes, but yeah, you act like LeBron wasn't that guy back in his prime. And I go, no, I get that. And everyone was terrified of LeBron. Everyone's going to be terrified of Giannis.
Everyone is terrified of Giannis.
And Giannis is bigger.
Exactly. Yeah. I was about to say, Giannis is bigger. And he's
but prime LeBron, 26-year-old LeBron, get it, he was a big dude too. It was the same.
I think
very
6'11" monster.
I think LeBron is a little more, or was a little more agile than Giannis. But Giannis is just bigger and has a longer wingspan. And I think Giannis is a better defender.
Giannis is like the build every basketball player wishes they had because he can move like a guard, but he can defend like
a big man.
Anthony Davis. You know what I mean? Like, it's
nuts.
I understand that like you got to see the consistency of the jump shot.
I don't like to give people the credit before they get there. All I'm saying is
it's not really credit. It's just so noticeable that he worked on it. And
of course,
if it works, my God.
I'm giving him the credit because he clearly put in the work. Yeah. But I want to see the result of that work.
I'm looking
before I really like throw him into the fucking.
Yeah.
But my thing is, I'm just looking at the history of Giannis, what we've seen from his rookie year to now.
Nothing but progression.
Only progressing, only getting better. He's got his big thing was he's a small, scrawny guy. Not small, but like he was a scrawny guy.
Yeah.
He got bigger. I don't want to say he needs to be more aggressive, but he just needs to be a little bit more of a leader, which he became. And not that he wasn't, but he took that on that role like a champion.
That's another thing. His fucking leadership shows. That team respects him. That team wants to win with him. He is like Michael Jordan. Yes.
He's like Michael Jordan in the aspect he goes, I will never ask you to do something I'm not willing to do.
Oh, yeah.
Because Giannis is doing it. He's outworking probably. And the thing I like about Giannis, too, I said this before the show also to you, Giannis doesn't like working out with guys that aren't on his team.
I love this.
In the offseason, LeBron James, when he was trying to get guys to come to Space Jam 2, goes, Giannis, you want to be in Space Jam 2? And he goes, no. Giannis said no. He goes, I just don't understand how guys can work out with each other and be buddy-buddy in the offseason and then look at him like an enemy on the court. He goes, I just can't comprehend that. And the fact that brings me like 90s vibes and I just in general, that rivalry. He goes, I'll respect you, but I don't want to be your friend. You are my enemy on the court. I am here to win for my team. Also, he has his ring that he got. He didn't join a super team, and he even said that when he won. He goes, I didn't go join a super team. I did it the hard way. I got my team better and made it better. Signed the extension when we all said he shouldn't have signed it, and he won a championship anyway.
You got to think about it. It's probably the way he was brought up too. He wasn't from America.
Mm-mm.
He's from Greece.
Actually, I don't think he's actually from Greece. I think he's from like around Greece.
Well, whatever. He's got an accent. He's not from here.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
You're right.
Okay?
He's not.
He's got an accent. But listen, that's in America. All these guys. Like go back. Like look at
It's a
You can find-
production
you find-
almost.
go
Feels
from
like a show.
AAU all
Yeah.
the way up. Like this, like photos of like Booker, Tatum, like all these guys on like the same AAU team at one point, and now they're all in the NBA. They all grew up together. Giannis came in from the outside.
That's a good
That's why
point,
he doesn't.
actually.
That's why he doesn't care about these guys.
That's a good point.
He doesn't give two shits about who's on the other side.
That's actually a great comparison because I don't remember. I think it was maybe Isaiah Thomas from the Pistons there. It was one of these guys from the 90s. And
they were at a camp, and it was like
Well,
D'Lo, Booker.
No, it was the USA.
Let me explain. To go off of your point of Giannis didn't grow up with these guys, it was someone from the 90s. I can't remember who he goes. And they asked, like, why do you think the rivalries are kind of dying and everyone's a little more friendly? It's because back in the 90s and 80s, they didn't grow up all playing top tier until they got to the NBA or college. So they weren't like all buddies growing up. They're like, okay, so that's my enemy. That's the guy I got to beat. Where Giannis is the same way. He didn't grow up buddy with these guys. Where the Tatums, the Bookers, the Zions, the John Morant, like these guys all played together growing up. So it's like, oh, we were teammates. That's my friend. Giannis didn't have that. The guys back in the 80s and 90s didn't have that until they got to.
Until now.
I'm now connecting that one aspect of Giannis to these older players because they didn't all grow up
Holy
buddy.
shit.
Giannis
That's why Luka's so fucking...
Yes. Giannis...
Luka's in the same boat.
This is why the European players are taking over because they don't give a shit about who you are.
They say,
Fuck
They
yeah.
I'm that
don't
guy.
care about you.
Hell yeah.
The mentality that they have overseas, that coming over here, overseas is good basketball now. They're catching up.
Clearly.
It started here. It started here. They love the sport. They're figuring it out. They're getting good. They're coming here.
Look at the
running
Olympics.
trains on our players.
Look at the Olympics. I mean, I know USA won, but it was
barely.
It's
below
not.
what everyone else.
It is
Barely.
not. It is not what it was back in the day.
Bro,
No,
not even close.
dude. The European players do not care who you are. They did not grow up with you. They came from overseas. They came here to play your sport, and they're taking you to fucking court with the shit, dude. They are.
That's a great point. I've never thought of this.
We do
right
not
now.
care. That
They
like,
don't.
that is
They
their
literally do
mentality.
It's literally what it is.
That is
I was
exactly
thinking,
what it
like
is.
that video of the USA basketball team, and like Blake Griffin was on it, doing all this stuff, and like they had like the academy players there. I mean, we're talking like Bobby Portis was there.
Yeah.
Booker was there too. Like, I mean, literally all these guys that are in the NBA were all together,
Like watching,
on one
yeah.
team, watching it when they were younger.
Yeah.
They grew up together. Those guys don't care. They didn't grow up with you. They're doing it for the people back home.
Literally.
They
Now
have
I'm-
no connections to you.
I'm
They
Now
don't
I'm
give a
actually-
shit who you are. That's why they're so damn good. That's why.
That is a fucking phenomenal take.
I
I
love
love
it.
That's why those guys are built different. That's
Yeah.
why they're gonna take over. And the best player in the league is arguably Giannis, and he's not from America.
And you know what's sad?
And Luka's up there too.
Luka's like fucking number 2 right now.
The one exception, Ben Simmons, you Australian
Oh,
bubba.
dude, no, he went to LSU.
Well, dude, the story.
Oh, so
yeah.
he came over here.
Exactly, who cares? He came here and he got soft.
The story
Those
story
guys-
with Ben Simmons I don't like, or like the thing with Ben Simmons is you can clearly tell he's like a spoiled little fucking. He's the dude.
100%.
He's a
Yep.
dude who he had all the skill growing up. He didn't have to work for fucking his talent. He was 6'11" out of the womb. Like immediately had basketball skills and was like, oh cool, I can whoop all these guys.
Yeah.
And now he gets there and he's never had to work on his craft and he's never had to dedicate time to it. And it's like, you watch Ben Simmons he's such a gifted athlete,
He just doesn't
but he
try.
has never progressed. He has
just
been the
doesn't-
same Ben Simmons since the moment he got in. And it's crazy because rookie Ben Simmons is an all defensive first team.
Yep.
He's a great passer.
Yep.
He's a phenomenal scorer inside.
2 feet.
2
Yeah,
feet.
Agreed.
I was saying.
But it's like, dude, if that's your baseline and all you have to do is work on minute things,
Giannis started off worse than Ben Simmons, and he's blowing him out of the water.
Bro.
Giannis, to put in perspective,
Fuck yeah, he started worse than Ben
Giannis
Simmons.
also at one point had to share basketball shoes with like his 4 other brothers.
I love
This
it.
is what I mean. Those guys are brought up different. Dude, they're literally like the guys from like who played in the 90s who grew up with actual hardships and like grinded their entire life. That 90s basketball in early 2000s were different breeds of people. They didn't have these AAU tournaments where like
No.
everything was paid for them. They were brought up through hardship. They grinded. I'm not saying these guys don't grind.
I was gonna
It's
say.
it's a different grind.
It's
It's a way different grind.
The different
Giannis is
no,
playing angry.
the different grind is I want this, and I need this. That is the different grind. Is
Exactly.
I want this. I don't have to do it, but I want it. Where the guys are,
They-
I need this
Giannis is
or
obsessive.
nothing.
Well, or it's not just that. It's like the guys that are coming in now. They go, they don't still have the same mentality where they go. I mean, this would be cool to have, but like, I mean, I'm pretty chill right now.
Where the
Yeah.
Giannis's go, I have to have this, or I will be homeless for life. Like if homeless.
Exactly. Dude, like Giannis just won a championship, and then in the preseason has shown that he's has been working on making improvements.
Because he remembers.
He won't stop.
Remembers.
Side note,
What-
that's why Francis Ngannou is going to beat the shit out of John Jones if they ever fight.
Oh,
Right
no,
now.
no.
Well, why do you think most fighters in the UFC
Don't want to fight him.
Yeah, no.
But anyway,
Regardless, but it's just
That's a great take. That's a phenomenal
absolutely
take.
love it.
it's exactly what it is.
That's
It's
what it is.
exactly what it is. These new guys been handheld their whole lives. Overseas guys worked for everything they had. Like I said, the young guys work too. Those guys are different.
The wanting
It's
it,
different.
the
I mean,
wanting
they've
it
shown,
grind.
that's all they've shown us is they're different.
Wanting it grind and having to have it or need it grind. Those are two different things. When you want it, yeah, you can work hard and you'll be great. When you have to have it and there's no other option,
All right,
Yep.
Giannis got me motivated, so I'm going to the gym.
Facts,
I'm about to
bro.
bench
I'm gonna go shoot 30,000 basketballs in the next week and a half.
Dude, this is-
I still can't make a free
Yeah.
throw.
Brick.
Giannis, how did you do it?
dude,
Oh.
it's just phenomenal.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us here on today on Sports on Tap, an absolute electric show. Had a great time. If you do want to support us, there will be a link down to our merch store in the comments down below. Also, another way to help us out is to comment, share, like, tell your friends, subscribe.
Tell your mom.
Tell your mom,
brother,
tell your brother,
dog.
tell your sister.
Your
Don't tell your
uncle's
dog
monkey.
they can't log in and subscribe unless they got an account. But yeah, that's
Oh.
what we got.
Yup. Wrap it up, baby.